this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a heart-to-heart conversation as to what you can do to feel empowered knowing that you are worthy already, feeling whole and complete right now, and starting to direct your life in a powerful way. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a new way of looking at life in general, my general philosophy for the way the world works, and how you can start to feel deserving right now in the present moment. Today what I want to do is speak to you about understanding the power of focus, and more specifically tailoring that focus with something that will move you in the direction of where you want to go. Because the thing is many times what happens is we may have a general understanding of what we want, but the more general that remains, the more we might find out that we are getting what we quote unquote want. It's just that we're not specific about it. So for example, we may say, I want to experience more abundance in my life, but there's an abundance all around us at every moment. It's just like, how aware of the abundance are we? And in general, in reality, there is only abundance. Like even if we were to experience lack, we'd be getting an abundance of lack. There's an abundance of whatever we focus on. This was something that I realized in my own life, because the more I focused on what I love doing, which for me, I guess you could say is just making videos, it's spreading a message, the more I focus on it, the more that grew. And it could also be because I'm in alignment with what I think I'm meant to be doing in life. And one of the first ways you can get there, if you don't know already, because sometimes people come to me and they're like, oh, well, you always talk about following your passion and how that's like the path of least resistance, but I don't know what my passion is. And what I have to say to, if that's you in that position, to set the intention. If you simply set the intention to find out what that is, you'll become more aware of what that could be. It's just that direction is the intention. Now, when you say, I intend to find out what my passion is, what you do is you give your brain a pattern to look for, and then it starts to look for the pieces that have already been around. You may already have a bookshelf, and on that bookshelf, there's a couple books that resonate with what that passion is. And then all of a sudden, those books pop out at you a little bit more. And it's not that those books fell out of nowhere, although that could happen as well. You could be at a library and a book just falls out. But the key is knowing that the brain then picks up on the patterns of all the information that has pretty much always been here, but now we can perceive of it because we give direction to our focus. So the main thing that I would say is to tailor your focus. Now, sometimes people will say to me as well, it's hard to focus. But that hard to focus is a belief. And I believed that for a long time because I used to be someone that had, quote, ADHD, which means it was hard for me to focus. But that was also a belief I had. I believed that I had ADHD, which is an acronym that pretty much is something that I started to believe, and therefore I started to experience it. Of course, doctors gave me the pharmaceuticals for it, so I would take that and be like, yeah, this is what I have. I need to take this to focus. But the thing is the moment I began to drop that label was the moment it never had power over me. But I had to learn how to drop that label first. And I had to become aware of the beliefs that I had. I had beliefs that said, I have trouble focusing. And sometimes we believe that. Even if you don't believe you have ADHD, you may say, I have trouble focusing. Because I hear it from a lot of people. And always pay attention to the phrasing of what you may be saying. Because many people, I get DMs all the time on Instagram and on social media, and they'll ask questions. People will ask questions. And in the question itself is the answer, where you can see the definition. It's like, well, how do you stay positive when it's so hard to stay positive because there's so many challenges in life? Okay, well, there's two definitions in there. The first one is that there's so many challenges in life, and that's one of the first beliefs that is inherent in the definition itself. And then the other one is it's hard to stay positive. But those are just definitions, rules that we've made about reality, and it may have happened at a young age. You may have been younger, or it may have been even more recently in the last couple of years, and you were around positive people or negative people, and you found it hard to be positive, and it was a couple reference experiences that formed that belief. Or maybe it was just challenges that came up once or twice, and then assuming and attaching that challenges always happen in life. But it doesn't have to be that way. And the moment we become aware of the definitions is the moment we take our power back. Those definitions, those beliefs are only going to remain on autopilot as long as we're unaware of it. The moment we become more aware of it is the moment we start to take our power back. So let me ask you a question. What definitions do you have in your own life? that may be holding you back? What rules do you have about yourself that may be holding you back? Because many times we'll have these rules. It says, I'll be happy when XYZ happens. That was me for a long time. I remember when I first started out on YouTube and I had a 9-to-5 job, sold women's shoes at Barney's, New York, and I knew I wanted to do something else full time. And I thought to myself, oh, when I get 100,000 subscribers, it's going to feel amazing. And I put my happiness on hold. And then I worked like 14 hours a day. I'd work 8 hours a day, and I'm grateful for where I am. But what I'm saying is I maybe prolonged my happiness a little bit too long because I had this rule in my mind. And we can use motivation, but when we become too attached to thinking that the end result's going to get us to where we want, sometimes that causes a lot of pain. Sometimes that will cause us to really identify with not being enough already. Is it that when I got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'd feel more validation, I'd feel more loved? Is that what I thought? Maybe at a certain level it is what I thought. At a certain level I have a desire to help people, probably because I went through a lot of pain growing up. You know, I look at psychology a lot and the reason some people are wired the way they are. And I'm probably wired that way because I went through a lot of abuse when I was a kid. And maybe that is what made me want to help other people get out of the situation of negative emotion, of feeling that negative emotion, because I was someone who transmuted that negative emotion through experience, through pain. I was able to create pressure and then come out of it. But that happened because I became aware of it, and I became aware of those patterns. And I had a belief that I wasn't worthy. And if I would just achieve this, this, and this, maybe I'd finally be worthy. But I'm realizing now that the more I let go is the more I let in. So, guess what I'm trying to say is, are you aware of the beliefs that you have? And are you aware of the rules that you have? Are you aware of the rules that you have about the way reality works, the way life is? Life inherently has struggle and challenges. And maybe there are struggles and challenges, and maybe that's a good part of life because that allows us to learn and grow. And maybe if we integrate those, we then transform them instead of resisting them, assuming that they're not supposed to be there. Like, it's a funny paradox because we say, oh, this isn't supposed to be there. Then we feel resistance, and then in a way we lock it into our life. We lock it into our experience. When if we were instead able to observe it and then integrate it, knowing it's a part of life, it's a part of the process, we then start to let it go. That's something I've learned through the process. It hasn't always been easy, but it is a part of the process that I found is very helpful. So with this whole process, in general, what rules do you have for the way reality works? What beliefs do you have? And do you feel like you're not worthy enough already? And if so, that's okay. But start to know that there could be another possibility. There could be something more. And that thing that is more could be just that you are already wholly complete. That maybe the challenges you've had have made you stronger. Maybe the struggles you've had are there to make you more aware of who you really are. And maybe the pressure has allowed you to then come out of it in a much more powerful way. And that if you can already have gone through everything you've gone through in your life, you may be able to go through so much more. Not that you want to, but you have that confidence in knowing that you could do it, that you can be the way you prefer to be. If you don't have what you're passionate about already, it's okay. But what you can begin to do is become aware of what you could be passionate about. Be and set the intention to find out what that is. Because anytime you set the intention, what you do is you guide your focus. And you start to go in a direction that you prefer to go in. You start to go and you start to look for patterns of things that have always been around you. It's not like necessarily new things may come out of the woodwork, but it's more so your brain knows what to tune to. You're then of the right frequency to perceive of it. We always get in life that which we are equal to, what we believe we're equal to being worthy of, what we believe we deserve. And the more we claim that deservability, because we realize it's just natural part of who we are worthy because we exist, things begin to change. It's just that we've been conditioned into believing that we have to do a whole bunch of things to be worthy. We have to have all of these things set in a place. We have to have the right person in our life. We have to have the right job in our life. We have to be doing X, Y, Z because that was the plan that was laid out for us. But the truth is, You can give yourself permission to feel worthy right now because you exist. But I know it sounds too simple. It sounds a little bit too easy. But the more we let go of the complexity, the more we let go of the things that we think we have to achieve, is the more we'll realize it can be simple. We get what we focus on. We feel, whatever we focus on, we feel. We focus on being deserving, we will feel more deserving. So it's really about having that awareness. So I guess for this video today, I just wanted to share some of those ideas with you, for you to know that you are worthy, that you can start to guide your focus in a powerful way, and you knowing what the rules are that you set for your life, the rules you have about how you can be happy, the things that you think you need to achieve to be worthy, and to know that you can give yourself permission to be worthy now. And that paradoxically enough, because you will feel whole and complete now, you may actually accomplish those things easier than ever, because you always get that which is equal to your vibration and that which is equal to your deservability. You are worthy. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. So with that being said, peace, much love, and namaste.